Hello, you're watching World Talks on TVP World. My name is Sascha Fahrbach. President Volodymyr Zelensky's European tour from Paris to London and Madrid comes amid rising concerns about Ukraine's missile shortages and the ripple effects of the Middle East conflict. Now, as the Ukrainian president warns of depleted resources and delayed peace talks, questions over European unity and transatlantic support are gaining urgency. Now we discuss the latest with Yulia Sirko, Ukrainian MP from the Voice Party. Good to have you with us. Thanks for joining us.
Hello from Kyiv.
I want to begin with the latest row. I mean, NATO seems to be in the crosshairs of President Donald Trump. He's angry, especially at European allies, for not doing anything to support him in Iran and the Strait of Hormuz. Now, he's said also that he's supported them, being the allies, saying he's helped them with Ukraine. Do you think, in your sense, this anger towards allies, how will that impact that very critical support and weapons support that the Americans are providing to Kyiv?
First of all, Americans significantly decreased supplies to Kyiv for many months ago. So we are actually feeling this shortage already starting 2025. And I think this shortage will not only because America will stop or supply or somebody else will stop supply. The problem is shortage in general. So I think with the Iranian war, the shortage of the missiles, particularly for Patriots, we will feel the whole world. Because when you are landing $20,000 Shahed drone by Patriot missiles, it is a war. You cannot win this war because, I mean, the cost of missile is million, the cost of Shahed is 20,000. So, I mean, in general, I think the world didn't get the new modern war yet, and that's why, I mean, the heavy using of missiles and extremely expensive missiles like Patriot missiles in Iranian war will make shortage around the world. It's not only about Ukraine. I think we have, as Ukraine, we have a priority to cover and to build our air defense without international support. So that's our main target, and we will work on it, building interceptor for drones, etc., etc. So start finding a way how we can survive without external help, because I think the shortage, weapons or shortage, we will feel in a few months around the world.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I mean, you mentioned, you said the shortage of Patriots will be felt by the whole world. Nevertheless, I mean, even if you do want to supply yourselves, and if Europe has certain capabilities, the majority of that still, fact remains, comes from the United States. So I'm just pointing that out and just saying, exactly, what are the plans to maybe diversify, if at all? I mean, through the Europeans or any other measures that can be taken?
I think anti-ballistics weapon also produced in Europe, and the Patriot system produced in Japan and other countries. So I think we should diversify anti-ballistic air defense, and that will be the way out. So I think in general, U.S. still underestimate the size of the problem in Iranian war, and they will feel shortage very quickly. So they will stop supplying not only Ukraine but also Europe and other partners, I think. Mm-hmm. But let's see how the outcome of this war. Maybe it will be short, and we will, and the whole world will not feel the pain with the oil and shortage of missiles. But in general, the Ukrainian idea is to start building European Ukrainian air defense system based on what we can produce locally on European continent.
Yeah, and speaking also of Europe, if I may ask you, I mean, we're looking also at this continuing trip that President Zelenskyy is taking. He was in Paris a few days ago, just yesterday in London. Now, today, he's due to arrive in Madrid, in Spain. Just give us your take also of this tour. Is this just diplomacy? Is this something for show? I mean, or are there tangibles coming out of this trip? I mean, last time he was in Spain, he signed in November, I believe, $615 million military aid package from Spain. Can we expect something similar after this visit?
Yes, I think Zelenskyy has two main goals, three. First of all, it's weapon supply, and I think and joint production, what we see with UK and other countries. So we will, and also including anti-Shahed interceptors, because we see that Iran is actually threatening not only Persian and Gulf countries, but also even European and Ukraine. So this is the one point. The other one is lifting. We see that the trend of lifting sanctions of Russia from Russia. And this is very worrisome for us because already we see that U.S. lifted sanctions from the Russian tankers with oil stuck in the sea, which is the first step, and it could be worse. So U.S. can have a decision to lift the whole sanctions from oil and gas, Russian oil and gas, and which is will feed Russia another Russian budget with a huge amount of money, and they will spend it definitely for the military purposes and continue a war, Ukraine and in other countries. So now they're getting over 150 million extra income from oil every day. Every day, 150 million. Can you imagine this amount of extra money? And the third, actually, is unity and the common response to Russian aggression, because we see that the peace talk already on hold. And we don't see any perspective with the peace talks in the nearest future. So I think it should be European Union and Ukrainian Union and European, maybe European group for peace talk, and how we can continue talking or not talking to Russia. So I think this is three major task for President Zelenskyy, as we see that U.S. is stuck in the Iranian war, and most probably they will be busy with this for many months ahead.
I want to just ask you one final question briefly. Also looking at European partners, at EU accession right now, we know that in terms of Ukraine's road into membership, we're looking at, I think, 6 EU accession clusters, so these key chapters that have to be completed before membership. But at the same time, the veto of Hungary hangs in the balance here. How worried is Ukraine of this? And let's say, how confident are you that Kyiv is going to be on that, let's say, continued road to membership for the EU?
Look, we will do our homework. We want to be in Europe. We want to be a member of European Union, and we will do our homework as much as we can in the best way. But if we will have such an aggressive steps as from Orban, who are actually blackmailing Ukraine membership because he wants Russian oil, then it's a different story. But I mean, in 1 month there will be elections in Hungary, and will even less than 1 month, and we will see what will be the outcome in Hungary. So we wish them the best, but we will work with any legitimately elected leader of Hungary. And yes, it will be a very tough cooperation and discussion, but still we will find our way how to deal with Orban and with other leaders, European leaders, to continue our pace to European Union, because for us it's a main goal, one of the main goals.
That's the latest there from Kyiv. Thank you so much. That was our guest here, Yulia Sirko, Ukrainian MP from the Voice Party. Thank you so much.
Thank you, too.
And thank you for joining us here on TVP World, but stay right here for more news and commentary. Goodbye.